The tawny eagle isn't just a ruthless hunter. It's also considered one of the boldest thieves of the skies. This eagle can snatch another bird or animal's prey in just a few seconds and make a quick getaway. In fact, this eagle can even forcefully take prey that's bigger than itself. Today, we're going to uncover the secrets of this sky king of thieves. An eagle in the African language called Rafran, which means thief eagle. The tawny eagle, also known as the tawny eagle, whose scientific name is Aquila rapax. If I were to break down these two words for you separately, the word Aquila in Latin means eagle, and rapax means grabbing or snatching. This eagle is a true killer bird in the sky, but, well, it also has a bad habit that you don't really see in other eagles: stealing food, or more specifically, kleptoparasitism. This happens when an animal steals food that another animal has obtained or hunted. The tawny eagle usually swoops in with a quick, surprise dive and snatches the food from another bird of prey within seconds. It often doesn't even land on the ground, so it can fly off faster and take the food away. In short, this bird, which usually lives in Africa and India, loves to surprise other birds of prey like a large eagle or even a falcon with a bold dive and snatch their food. Of course, the tawny eagle is also an incredible hunter. This bird loves hunting live prey. Most of its hunts are on the ground, and it rarely catches birds that are in trees. But sometimes it has hunted flying birds like the spotted dove or even flamingos. During the breeding season, or sometimes even in other seasons, the tawny eagle and its mate will go hunting together and catch bigger prey. Probably one of the pair distracts the prey, for example with a display dance, which we'll get to know more about in a bit, while the other one sneaks up and catches the prey. Interestingly, some fascinating reports indicate that once in Africa, a pair of powerful tawny eagles managed to successfully steal a puff adder, a type of highly venomous snake known for inflating its body and making a distinctive warning sound with its tail before attacking, from another formidable predatory bird, the secretary bird, which is a large and impressive bird native to Africa. Just imagine what a spectacle and what audacity it must have been at that moment when these two eagles pulled off such a heist, easily stealing a large venomous snake from a big and fearsome bird. What's remarkable after this theft, the two eagles managed to split the snake in half and share it themselves. Now, let's take a look at the other incredible behaviors of this eagle: its appearance, hunting methods, habitat, role in the ecosystem, and its egg-laying and chick-rearing characteristics. How do you think this eagle communicates with its mate? What kind of distances does it choose for nesting? What kinds of prey does it mostly hunt? And what other unbelievable behaviors does it have? So keep watching this video as we answer these questions one by one. It's interesting to know that this bird also engages in scavenging or feeding on carcasses. Overall, this bird has one of the most diverse diets among eagles in tropical regions, eating more than 200 types of prey or carrion. In national parks across both India and Africa, it has often been observed flying near animal carcasses, patiently waiting for a prime chance to steal from vultures or other carnivorous birds. Now, the important point is that when the tawny eagle goes in to steal, it acts with such boldness, speed, and excitement that even large vultures back off when confronted by it. In short, from a biological perspective, the tawny eagle holds one of the top records for food theft among all birds of prey. Of course, there are also situations where the tawny eagle doesn't do so well during a theft, and larger eagles like the African fish eagle, the eastern imperial eagle, or the steppe eagle drive it away from the hunting scene. Let me just mention here that the tawny eagle and the steppe eagle used to be considered the same species, But recent research on their appearance, behavior, habitat, and DNA has shown that these two eagles are actually different species. On the other hand, very large prey, sometimes up to twice the weight of the tawny eagle, are usually too heavy for the tawny eagle to lift, and these prey often end up being taken by other carnivores. For example, in Ethiopia, wolves have managed several times to steal freshly hunted animals from the tawny eagle. Now let me paint you a real picture of what the tawny eagle looks like. Imagine you're out on the scorching African plains and you see a tawny eagle sitting very calmly on a dry branch. A gentle breeze ruffles its brown feathers and the patterns of its coloring. The tawny eagle is usually described as a rather plain and somewhat scruffy-looking bird. But when you look at it from a distance, it still has that classic, iconic eagle silhouette. This eagle has a relatively long neck. Its beak is large and deep, and its wings are fairly long. Its tail is rounded and almost square-shaped, and in terms of size, it's relatively short. Sometimes its tail even reminds you more of a vulture. Compared to other eagles, its head and beak are strong and prominent. Its body is well-shaped and its legs are powerful. Overall, it has a serious and fierce appearance. The eye color of adult eagles varies a lot, ranging from yellow to light brown or yellowish brown. This bird has a lot of variety in the color of its feathers, from dark grayish brown to reddish brown like a fox, or even yellowish beige. Sometimes, at close range, lighter spots can also be seen on their neck or belly. Its legs are feathered all the way down, which is a sign that it belongs to the Aquilini subfamily, known as the booted eagles. The steppe eagle is considered a large bird of prey, but for an eagle, its size is average. The female steppe eagle is larger than the male, but the difference isn't that much, usually around 15%. So, the overall body length of the steppe eagle ranges from 58 to 75 centimeters. The wingspan also averages between 174 and 260 centimeters. Their weight, once fully grown, varies from 1.5 to 3.1 kilograms. This eagle isn't just a bold hunter, but also a skilled nest builder. This eagle prefers open and dry areas, like semi-desert places, desert-like plains, or tropical grasslands, and those open areas that are commonly called savannas. Still, no matter how much it likes the desert, it's very rare for it to go somewhere with absolutely no trees. This bird usually builds its nest on top of tall trees like acacias, or even on power poles in open areas and plains. It's interesting to know that in places like Zimbabwe, the distance between nests can be 7 to 10 kilometers. But in the African deserts, where resources are scarcer, this distance sometimes reaches 50 kilometers or even more. Now, let's talk about the eggs of this beautiful eagle. The eggs are white with light brown spots and reddish-brown speckles. The eggs are about 64 to 75.7 millimeters in height and 49.9 to 60 millimeters in diameter. The tawny eagle usually lays only between 1 and 3 eggs at a time. When the chicks are born, they kind of look like fluffy little dolls. From the moment they hatch, the chicks are extremely dependent on their parents. For warmth, for protection, for food. The mother mostly takes care of the chicks and looks after them. The father also flies above the nest, keeping an eye on everything to make sure nothing threatens their home. The tawny eagle is usually a quiet bird in most of the places it lives. Interestingly, in a 9-year study conducted on these eagles in Zimbabwe, not even once was the sound of this bird heard. However, it does occasionally make some sounds. Its usual call is more like a loud, harsh, and hollow sound. This sound is relatively high-pitched. In Kruger National Park, it's said that this bird's call is loud and can be heard from far away. Usually, it makes these sounds when they're arguing over food, during flights, or during the display dances they perform for mating, or when their nest is disturbed. But one of the most remarkable behaviors of eagles, which is also seen in the tawny eagle, is their display dance. The most common display is soaring high and circling in the sky, which sometimes takes the form of wide spirals. The males sometimes dive around the female several times, but usually the female doesn't react with a spin or anything like that. Pairs usually repeat these displays every year to strengthen their pair bond. Sometimes, two eagles lock talons and, with rapid spinning movements, free fall for 30 meters or more before separating just moments before hitting the ground. Sometimes, two males compete to attract a female. One of the most popular dances is the cartwheel display. Interestingly, unlike other eagles that usually perform this move to show aggression, in the steppe eagle, this behavior is more often a romantic display between male and female, not just a fight between rivals. In short, this behavior can be for fighting, mating, or even just as play. The average lifespan of the steppe eagle is estimated to be up to 16 years, but unfortunately, the population of this bird is rapidly declining. There are many reasons for this, from the loss of suitable nesting sites due to deforestation and climate change, to intentional killing by humans and deaths caused by collisions with man-made structures and equipment. So, these factors have caused this once abundant bird to gradually approach the brink of extinction. Getting back to the topic of the steppe eagle's habit of stealing, there are various theories about this particular behavior. Some scientists believe that these acts of theft are simply for survival in harsh and highly competitive environments. In other words, when hunting becomes difficult, it's better to take food from others than to die of hunger. But another theory suggests that these acts of theft are meant to display power and boldness in front of rivals. So, you could say this behavior is a kind of thrilling display that could even be part of their courtship rituals. To be honest, every time I hear stories about the steppe eagle or watch documentaries about it, I'm amazed. This bird teaches us that to survive, it's not enough to just be strong. You also have to be clever, bold, and seize opportunities. This bird is a prime example that in the natural world, you have to be smart and fearless to survive. What do you think? Do you consider these acts of stealing by birds of prey to be their natural right, or is it a kind of trickery in the world of nature? Write your opinion in the comments and tell us which behavior of this eagle you find most interesting. Its clever thefts, its breathtaking hunts, or its courage when facing bigger predators. Also, let us know what other animals or strange phenomena you'd like to learn more about. That way, the next video on our channel could be about a topic you suggested. The story of the Tawny eagle teaches us a big lesson. Sometimes in life, you have to go beyond the rules. Things might not always go your way. Maybe your competitors are stronger, but it's courage, intelligence, and seizing opportunities that set the winner apart from the loser. This eagle isn't the strongest or the biggest eagle in the world, but with courage and strategy, it's managed to hold its place in the ruthless world of nature. If we can think like this eagle in our own lives, make use of opportunities, and not be afraid to take risks, we can succeed too. Remember, sometimes to succeed, you need to spread your wings and fly toward the unknown. Because survival requires flexibility, creativity, and sometimes even a little bit of mischief.